wintertime officially. We've had some milder weather in Colorado, nothing really cold yet, but here recently, if you know, all throughout the country, cold weather has hit us just around the first of the year. Thought I would do a video on what I carry on my trailer in the wintertime, what I use for heat, what I use for cooking, staying warm at night, and other odd end things that I take out only in the winter. Some of them are summer also, but this is just for winter stuff, just to keep you warm, cook good food and stuff like that. First thing we're gonna go over is power source, what I use for power, solar, that sort of thing. So let me flip you guys around and I'll show you what I'm working with. I haven't always used this. I only used to have one EcoFlow, and I had an AGM EverStart battery from AutoZone. I had a 3-year warranty on it. If you're on a budget and if you don't want to go and spend several $100s on a power station, which on Amazon there is some affordable ones. I bought these back in the day before the really good Amazon ones came out. I've been using these for a long time. I bought one then the other. I bought this EcoFlow Max first. No, it's the River portable power stations, and then I ended up getting the River Pro after that. These things have not let me down. I have used these for work, for off-roading, camping, traveling across the country. Put one of these in there just in case I need power for something. I always have one of these on me if I'm traveling or going somewhere camping, extracurricular activities, or throw them in your car for anything. Also, if you don't want to buy a name brand one of these, today's time, that's fine. I know there's a bunch of Amazon budget ones out there that you could pick up. Like I said, the budget ones weren't too proven back when I bought these, so I bought decent ones and they've lasted me. Can't recommend these enough, but I hear a lot of good things out of the cheaper ones on Amazon too, so don't count those out and don't think you can't get into it. Seen a lot of people make their own out of spare parts and stuff they had lying around the house. A lot of ways you can go about this. YouTube it, you'll find it. As far as battery power, I have a 100 amp hour Lion Energy UT1300 Bluetooth battery. This thing is pretty nuts. It was super expensive. It's got a lifetime warranty. I was like, this one was giving me problems, which it's a Renogy, also a Bluetooth, 100 amp hour, lithium battery. I've used this thing a ton. I got it too cold one time. I thought it wasn't that cold, but actually it did get pretty cold, and it wouldn't take charge. And I panicked because I was going camping, so I went to the local, I've got a RV store literally 2 miles down the road, and they carry stuff like this. So I bought this one, it's got a lifetime warranty. Then I ended up getting this one to recover and come back on. I've been using it ever since. This is kind of like a backup one. I'll take one or the other, whichever one's charged and ready to go. I'll take one or the other, doesn't really matter. And I keep this on my trailer. I took it off the trailer right now, but I keep it wired the trailer right in this area, and it powers my entire trailer. We'll go over the trailer here in a minute, but that's one of those batteries is what I use to power the trailer. If it's really cold, I keep these in the vehicle, whatever I'm pulling it with, whether it's the Wrangler or the Ram or whatever. When it's real cold, I'll keep this in the tent with me. I won't even hook it up to the trailer. When it's cold, it seems like I need less amenities on the trailer. I don't need as many lights because I'm not outside as much. And the fridge, I can run it during the day and then unplug it at night, and it's gonna be fine because it's gonna be more than cold outside. My fridge will be fine. That's something that doesn't use a lot of power in the wintertime, obviously, because it's so cold out, and also have sun, glaring down on it, whatnot. Yeah, these are the two batteries I use. Like I said, I started out with a Deep Cycle from AutoZone that I had a 3-year warranty on, and I used it forever and ever. Yeah, in the wintertime, basically all I take out is these two EcoFlows. I can charge them with my solar panel. I have a knockoff solar panel here. It's a Grisel, not really sure. It's a 200 watt. I did my own wiring on it. I forgot the name of this plug. I think it's a XT60. I'm not sure, but as you can see, these things plug right into the EcoFlows. Stick that in the sun and that thing will charge it up in no time. Also, if I do have a battery on the trailer, I have a Renogy Voyager charge controller up there. It's been on the trailer since I built it. It has the same XT60 plug and a switch. and I'll plug the panel up to that, switch it on, and I can charge the big batteries when I do take them out. When I don't take them out, I don't mess with it. I just plug the panel straight into the power source. Not much more I can think of on my power sources, but once you get your power source, the next thing you're probably going to be looking for is a way to stay warm. I'm not a fan of buddy heaters. I don't use them. I just don't. Next thing we're going over is a diesel heater. I usually keep it right here. I have a little table that I got from, I think this is for cooking or something, that I got at Walmart, and I keep the diesel heater on there. Like I said, in the wintertime, I keep my battery in the tent, so I'll keep the diesel heater there. I have the tent, my awning's here. I usually put my tent under the awning just in case we get any snow or rain or anything. When I'm using the power stations though, obviously the EcoFlows don't have positive negative terminals that just hook this up to. You would need a cigarette lighter adapter. I'm not a fan of using a cigarette lighter adapter for the diesel heaters that go in this little 12 volt port here. For one, you have to have a really strong adapter, really tough gauge one with a big fuse in it, because that pulls a lot of amps on the startup. This got the pump, the glow plug, and the fan all running. So what I use is I use a 120 volt to 12 volt adapter power supply. You can get these on eBay, Amazon. Plugs into the 110 port on your EcoFlow or your power device, converts that to 12 volt, and this thing's a 600 watt, 50 amp, 600 watt. So it's heavy duty. I've ran an amplifier and subs in my garage on one of these for like 5 years, and this thing's never broken. It's still going. This is a different one. I just keep it in this box right here, this waterproof box in there with a bunch of wires and stuff. And this is how I run my diesel heater. I put the EcoFlow inside, I plug this into the 110, hook my terminals, positive and negative, to this right here, and this will run a diesel heater. It's flawless. If you want a safe, reliable setup, this is the way to go. This and a power station for your diesel heater. I've used it for probably 3 years now and never had one issue out of it. This thing will last 2 nights. 2 8 to 10 hour nights. Run a diesel heater, it'll last, and that's pretty good. So 2 nights off one EcoFlow. If you're able to charge it, if you want to stay longer, if you're able to charge it, it's sunny outside and you have a good sun contact, you can get your solar panel out there, you can charge that back up during the day, use it again at night, you're golden. I usually take my diesel heater, fill it full of fuel, I have extra here, so I can go a few nights using my diesel heater, and that's how I power it. It's a 3-inch dryer vent pipe, and I run it off the diesel heater into the door of my tent, and that's it. I've camped single digits like this, and I actually turn the heater off when I go to bed. I'll turn it off. I'll lay in bed and just let the tent heat up and heat up and heat up, and I'll turn the heater off about between 10 and midnight, and I got a real good sleeping bag, and I'm usually good until I wake up, and I'll crank it back on and good to go. Next thing we're going to go over is more trailer oriented, and we're going to go over what I use for storage. I had a bunch of different setups on this trailer. I've had 2 different rooftop tents on here. I took it off for multiple reasons. If you want to know, go check out my video why I took the rooftop tent off here, and you'll learn what I did. But storage is, I've been using pack outs. They're modular, they're waterproof. Got a cup, some deodorant, some cleaning stuff in this one. This is my electrical one. They have a O-ring around it, this lid. They stay super dry. This box has been outside for 2 years, snow, rain, heat, you name it, and I've had all my electrical stuff in here. This thing, not a single piece of rust or corrosion on it, nowhere. Stays dry. And then I have my 2 drawers. One of them has trash bags, cooking stuff in it, and this one right here has tools and supplies. That's about it. That's it. I don't overcomplicate things and take a bunch of gear. I just don't. I'm out there to most of the time go wheeling in my Jeep, dirt bike riding, yada yada, so I don't usually take a lot of stuff. I keep my heat pipes and tent stakes, and I got some tent poles that I use for like keeping my awning up when it's snowing and stuff, and these 2 black pipes. That's just 4-inch ABS pipe with a cap on one side and a threaded clean on the other. Got them zip tied in. Been like that for years. They're fine. Ice cold fridge. I I know we're getting away from the storage, but my storage ain't that big. I got an ice cold fridge I keep back here. This thing has been a trooper. It's been all over the United States. I've used it in the back of my Jeep on trips. I've used it on this. I've used it at the races. I use it all the time. These things it's been out in the weather. You can see how dirty it is. Like, it's disgusting. It's been in the rain, snow. I've towed this trailer down the road and you see them big 40s spray coming off this and everything. It's been fine. Since my trailer is open, I use waterproof boxes. This box right here, pack out, I'm gonna get it down. It's been on here since spring, and this is what I keep my bedding and stuff. I just don't want mice and bugs and spiders or to get wet. And here it is. I have a North Face Cat's Meow in here. This is I already forgot, this is my main sleeping bag. It is a Kelty Cosmic Down Zero. This is a big tarp in case it rains. A little blanket, another blanket, towel, and some Walmart bags when I go to get food. That's it. That's all I keep in here. Like I said, I've had this stuff in here since spring, I think, and it's dry as a bone. It smells just as good as the day I put it in there. It's dry. This trailer's been outside in the weather, and nothing has happened to any of this stuff. That's what I keep in this box. I keep it on the trailer all times. Never had an issue. I got an axe, another little ground tarp up there. And that's really all I keep on this trailer. I haven't complicated it. I don't want to complicate it. I'm taking a lot of stuff I don't need, a lot of stuff I don't use. I've actually never used these Max Tracks either because, I don't know, never have. They're there for looks. Look, you can't be an Overlander unless you don't have Max Tracks on your rig, right? I opened this up so I can carry kayaks up here, so I can carry my tent, which I'm gonna go over next, is what I sleep in. Snow's bad around here. So next thing we're gonna go over is shelter. I apologize, I'm not gonna get this out, but this is my clam tent. It comes up about to my shoulder. It weighs maybe 30, 40 pounds. Sleeps 3 to 4 people probably. It's mostly made for ice fishing. But I started buying these because like $400 or $500 for one, and they are insulated and they are awesome. This is my tent in the wintertime, whether it's me and my wife, me and a buddy, whatever. We use that tent. Under this fire blanket here is the floor. And you don't have to buy this. You could do the squares like a lot of people do. They do the yoga mat or the gym squares, but I opted for the insulated floor too. And I throw both of these either, depending on what I'm driving. If I'm driving the Ram, I'll throw these up in the back of the Ram. If I'm driving the Jeep and I don't have much stuff in the Jeep, I'll throw those in the Jeep. If I do have a lot of stuff in the Jeep and it's me and a couple other people, I'll throw these on top of the trailer and strap them down. That's what I did that flat spot up on top of my trailer for, strap them down. I'm not going to get these down either, but they are Lost Horizon mattresses. These are the best camping mattress I've ever used in my life. They are memory foam and air. I have a single there, which they take up a little bit of space, but they are totally worth it. I carry these in my Jeep because I'm not sure about the bags being that waterproof, and I also have a full-size one me and my wife got not too long ago, and it's a dream. But these are on Amazon. They're called Lost Horizon. Check them out. Definitely worth the money. I think these little ones are like $200, $150 to $200. Definitely worth it. If you want a good night's sleep, like you're sleeping at home, and they're super insulated. You're not going to feel any coldness from the ground. So when you got a insulated floor and you got the insulated mats, I'm telling you right now, this is the dream setup for wintertime. That's a Clam X400. That's the insulated floor. It Velcros in there. It's even got the little flaps you can flap up if you want to go ice fishing, drill your holes. It's a setup, I'm telling you right now. We have been in teen-degree weather and been partying in this thing with the diesel heater going and t-shirts and sweatpants. So highly recommend it. It's a good time. Yeah, so that's my shelter. my beds, what I use in the wintertime. And you see my sleeping bags, so that's what I use. So we're gonna go back down here to the trailer, and we're gonna look at what's next. Cooking. We're gonna show you how I cook and stuff. All right, so I'm a fatty, and I love my food. Probably one of the most money I spend is on power supplies and cooking stuff, man. I like my food. I like to go out there, eat, and have a good time. You know, have some drinks, whatever else vice you have. But I like my food and I like cooking. Sometimes I don't cook. Sometimes I'll buy some of these meals and some soups to make it simple. If it's just a quick one-night trip and you just need something hot in your belly, or if we're staying for a few days, I'll go to the grocery store and I'll get some stuff to cook, and I'll cook. I like to cook, and this is what I use. You don't need this. This is not like, you know, one of the things that I highly recommend getting. You'll find your own stuff that you like cooking with and your own ways and what's in your budget and whatnot. But I like jet boils, as you can see. I've got 4 different ones here. Actually 3 different ones, 2 of the same one. But this stove right here is a Jetboil Genesis. They are awesome. You can get one that comes with the pans, and you can get one that doesn't come with the pans, and you get like this thing. It's an actual Jetboil pan. It boils water quick. This is the gas hookup that goes to your stove. I got this extra cable right here, and I got another longer one. I usually cook on the other side over here of my table, and I just run the hose up to my little propane tank, and I fill this up once a season. It lasts me an entire season just using it for the cook stove. I don't use it for nothing else but a cook stove, and it lasts. These things are pretty efficient. They don't take a lot of gas, and you're only using it, you know, hour tops throughout the whole day maybe. So, but I really like this Jetboil stuff. It comes with a lid, comes with a little pan. This thing just folds out. It's got 2 burners on it, and these burners are awesome. I like these things because of the controls. The controls on these are so fine. You can fine tune your temp and actually get a really good cooking experience out in the woods with these things. I've cooked so many meals in so many different places with this one right here. I have another one. If you don't want the pans and stuff, you don't have to buy them. You can buy just the stove itself and use your own pans that you have, which is a cheaper option to go. Also, these little Jetboil cups are awesome. You can take these things to work. I take these wheeling. Last week when I went rock crawling, actually snow wheeling in my buggy, I took this and some meals and some soups and some water. And yeah, you know, if you want to cook something, you can. I also bought one of these just to check it out the other day. It's the bigger little Jetboil stove thing. Don't know why I needed it, but I got it because I thought it was cool. It's got its own little stove and stuff inside of it. That's basically how it packs up. It's got a little handle on it, so you can, this is more toward making food, and this is more toward making like soups and coffees and stuff, but basically the same thing. I actually like this one better because it's got a handle and like a koozie around it to keep the warm off you, but definitely recommend Jetboil. Got a few little dishes sets. Like I said, this is gonna be personal preference of what you use to cook with. You're gonna find the stuff you like, it's in your budget and that you prefer, and that's fine. I know a lot of people like the big camp stoves. I like those too. I actually have a camp grill that I really enjoy, but this is a little bit easier and a little bit tighter fitting, so that's why I picked it. I gotta be warm and I gotta be fed. The rest of it I can deal with, but I have to be warm and I have to be fed. That's just me, and that's what I use. So other than that, there's not really much else on this trailer to go over. If you made it this far and you're interested in the trailer itself, I'll go over that just in a second. I'm gonna go over some other odd and end things that I carry. Like I said, I've got a solar panel extension wire here. I've got 2 strands of these LED lights. I'll string these up, and they're LED. They don't take much power at all. I'll plug one into an EcoFlow, or I'll plug one into the trailer. My trailer has several ports. I got USBs here, USB, USB-C there, another USB there, and a 12 volt there. So I've got plenty of charging stuff and outlets and stuff from the trailer. Another thing I carry is I've had this stuff forever. I use it in my garage, I use it at work. It's something that's universal. I use has more than one use except for just going camping, and that's what light I usually take. I usually take an extra spare battery for this thing. It's got a lantern mode where you can switch it. It's like a 360 light, or you can go flat. It's got 3 different modes. You can hang it up. Works great. You can grab it, go outside with it. And another thing that I've been taking lately is my chainsaw. This is the newest M18 brushless saw they got out. I think it's like a 14-inch bar or something on there. That thing eats. I was anti-battery saws. I'm a gas saw kind of guy. Granted, you're not going to go out and do some commercial jobs with this without having to go through a couple batteries. I feel like a gas saw would be a little bit better there. This thing, you don't have to start it. You don't have to sit there and pull on it and crank it. You ain't got to carry gas. You can keep it in a vehicle and it doesn't stink. Yes, it takes bar oil still, but yeah, you just put a battery in it, hit the switch and go. It's got a lock just like a normal saw does, a chain stop. Yeah, that thing is awesome, and it cuts really, really good. I'm super impressed how good that saw cuts. Pretty impressed with it. That's about all I can say about it, is that saw impressed the heck out of me. That's basically what I carry, guys. Little extra bit, I'll go over the trailer, the actual structure of the trailer itself. If you're just seeing this video and you ain't seen any of my other ones, you may not know about it, but this was a Lowe's 4x6 trailer. I cut the tongue off and put a max coupler hitch on it that goes to my Jeep. This hitch has been on here for about 2 years or so. Super easy to put, super easy to hitch up by yourself. I just welded it and bolted it on, not going nowhere. I welded me a jack on there. Then once I got the trailer, I welded 2x3 steel. I made me a little hoop. I had this tent rack already. This is a Rack Stars tent rack. I bolted it. It's like a truck bed rack. I bolted it straight to the 2x2 or the 2x3 channel all the way around. And then this rack right here, I used to have a rooftop tent on it. I had a Smittybilt XL, then a regular Smittybilt tent on here, and then I went to the roof rack. The roof rack I like better, so I can throw my tents up there. I can throw my kayaks. I have kayak mounts that holds 2 kayaks. I can throw my kayaks up there, go to the lake and camp. It's pretty universal as far as I want to use it. Boxed out a little piece, put some pack out plates on here. Got the pack outs on here, that's my storage. Also keeps a bunch of stuff coming off the trailer up in. I did put some sides on it just to keep some of the stuff out of there. And then I made a wood platform. It's been super dry. It's been out here a whole year now and it's super dry. It hasn't rotted, hasn't leaked. This is just a rubber floor mat I glued on top of the wood, and I wanted something where, and I also wanted under here to stay dry because I have my solar controller and all my wiring and stuff in here and my lights. This thing's got a bunch of lights on it. Lights up the inside, lights up the underneath. I don't have a battery hooked onto it right now, or I'd show you. Plus it's daytime, but yeah, I got some 4-inch ABS like you seen earlier for storage. I put a bed rug in it from Home Depot. It's like a shop or storefront rug, like commercial rug. I cut it to fit, and that's basically all it is. Suspension, everybody wants to know about the suspension. Let me get in here without getting dirty. The suspension is coil springs. See the coil spring, see the control arm. I built a little truss right there. It's got 2 upper control arms and 1 lower, which is basically a 3-link. It also has a track bar, if you can see back there, and all this stuff came off my Jeep Wrangler. It came off this Jeep right here. This is the entire front, well, most of the front suspension, the front coils, the front track bar, front control arms, all welded up under this trailer, and it is sick. It handles just like a Jeep. It tracks like a Jeep. It bounces. It doesn't bounce when you hit a bump like the stiff coil springs that comes on these trailers. It's super plush. One thing I did add was some adjustable Falcon tow haul shocks. And I can tighten them up, loosen them up how I want it. Put them on hoops. My plan was to do coilovers on it. I still might put coilovers on it sometime, but yeah, pulling this thing down the trail, it looks just like a truck going down the trail. It's plush, it's smooth, it bounces back, you know, evenly. It doesn't shake, it doesn't hit a rock and bounce off the rock. It absorbs it. It's crazy smooth. It does a great job. I've pulled it all over the place. I've actually been pretty fast in a trail and hit a real big rock, and didn't think about bump stops and bent my fender in on my trailer, but that's all right. I got these wheels, man, we're on Marketplace, or they came with a Jeep or something. That's a Jeep XJ TJ bolt pattern, 4 on 5.5, or 5 on 4.5, sorry. It's got some little 30-inch BFGs on it, and this thing is neat. Like, you shake it and it feels like you're shaking a car or truck. It's super sick. Let me see if I can get a shot of the track bar and stuff back here. You can see it's got track bar. I welded mounts on it, gusseted it up. Yeah, and I welded all that to the stock 4x6 axle that came with this thing. This thing's not heavy either. It doesn't weigh a lot. Especially once I got the rooftop tent on there, it took a lot of the weight off. And the tongue's so long, you can take this tongue and grab it and walk it anywhere you want to go. I also have some stabilizer jacks back here that I put on here. Those are mostly for when I had the tent on it to level that up, but I do have an awning on here, and I have a Ironman 4x4 awning room, so it's kind of nice to use the jacks to level this up. And then I put my awning room over here, and that's basically my summer camp, is just the awning and awning room. Way more room than the rooftop tent. You can put stuff in there, you can walk in there, you don't have to climb up and down a ladder. I think I'm over the rooftop tents. I had my little run with them, and they're not for me. They're for some people, they're not for me. I like my ice fishing tents, I like my awning room, I like that kind of thing. I'm not worried about folding my bedding up into it, because I've got my bedding box right here and it stays on the trailer. It's always with me, so can't really think of anything else to go over this thing. That's my power sources, my heat, my cooking, my shelter, and my odds and ends, and the walk around on my trailer. This trailer's well used. Definitely works. Never had an issue out of it. And pull it with anything. Pull it with my Jeep, pull it with my truck, pull it with the Ranger, the other Jeep, whatever I want to pull this thing with, I can. It's super light. It's awesome. That is my wintertime setup. We're gonna be going out this weekend and cold camping in it, so kind of the reason I was going through everything, make sure I had everything ready to go, and I'll make some videos while we have it out. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you made it this far, you're a trooper, and I love you. And we're gonna take this thing out, so I'm gonna get all this stuff packed up, ready to go, and I'll see you on the next one.
Going in and out recessions the same way that I be going in and out of Texas.